Fruitful outcome of the official visit of Samdech Moha Borvor Thipadei HUN Manet, Prime Minister, to the Socialist Republic of Vietnam from 8 to 9 June 2026. At the invitation of His Excellency Lê Minh Hưng, Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Samdech Moha Borvor Thipadei HUN Manet, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, accompanied by Lục Chum Tiêu Dr. Pichan Moni HUN Manet, paid an official visit to the Socialist Republic of Vietnam and attended the 3rd ASEAN Future Forum in Hanoi from 8 to 9 June 2026. The visit was undertaken with a view to further deepening the long-standing friendship between the two countries. Samdech Thipadei HUN Manet paid courtesy calls on His Excellency Tô Lâm, General Secretary of the Central Committee to the Communist Party and President of Vietnam, and His Excellency Tran Thanh Minh, Chairman of the National Assembly of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Samdech Thipadei Prime Minister and His Excellency Prime Minister Lê Minh Hưng held candid and cordial discussion on a broad range of bilateral cooperation areas including trade, investment, energy, security, national defense, border affairs, connectivity, education, tourism, and health. They also exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual interest. On political cooperation, the two prime ministers reiterated their consistent position of attaching special importance of the good neighborliness, traditional friendship, comprehensive cooperation, long-lasting stability relation between Cambodia and Vietnam, committing to supporting and assisting each other for development, peace, stability, and prosperity. The two leaders underlined the significance of the frequent exchanges and engagement between the legislative and executive bodies at all levels. In anticipation of the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Cambodia and Vietnam in 2027, the two prime ministers agreed that both countries should jointly organize a series of commemorative activities to celebrate this historic milestone and further foster the traditional friendship and comprehensive cooperation between the two countries. The two prime ministers stressed the importance of national defense and security cooperation, pledged to further deepen this collaboration with greater effectiveness, and agreed to intensify relations between the two countries' armed forces, including capacity building. They also commended the close and active cooperation between the two countries in combating transnational crimes. On border affairs, the two leaders commended the ongoing work of the Joint Border Commission and expressed their strong hope that the remaining 16% of the border segment to be settled would be further reduced in the coming year. On trade, investment, and connectivity cooperation, the two prime ministers noted with satisfaction the continued robust year-on-year growth in bilateral trade, while agreeing to further promote investment and facilitate cross-border trade. They encouraged the relevant agencies and institutions of both countries to intensify efforts toward achieving the agreed bilateral trade target of $20 billion in the coming years. Both sides agreed to expedite the inclusion of the Mường Chày, Prey Veng Province, Cambodia, Tan Nam, Tai Ninh Province, Vietnam international border checkpoint into the agreement of transit of goods and the agreement of land transport with a view of facilitating cross-border transportation. They also agreed to accelerate efforts to enhance connectivity through the development and linkage of the Phnom Penh Bavat and Ho Chi Minh City Mok-Bai expressways. The two prime ministers underlined that information cooperation as a key pillar in strengthening and deepening the friendship and comprehensive cooperation between the two nations. They agreed to strengthen collaboration in combating and preventing the dissemination of false and fraudulent information through the exchange of experiences and best practice. The two leaders also witnessed the signing of the cooperation plans on information for the period of 2026 to 2030 between the Ministry of Information of the Kingdom of Cambodia and the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. On education cooperation, the two prime ministers agreed to further deepen educational and training linkage with a long-term vision, recognizing this collaboration was a vital pillar of people-to-people connectivity and a key means of foster mutual understanding, trust, and enduring friendship between the younger generation of the two countries. They reaffirmed their commitment to enhancing cooperation to the fullest extent possible, including through the provision of scholarship and other capacity building initiatives in accordance with the existing Memorandum of Agreement on Education Cooperation between their respective Ministry of Education. The two sides agreed to strengthen cooperation in the areas including culture, tourism, energy, science and technology, agriculture and agro-processing, telecommunication and ICT, and the digital economy for enhanced partnership, complementarity, and shared prosperity. In addition to bilateral cooperation, the two prime ministers also exchanged views on regional and international developments and pledged to mutually support each other in both regional and international fora. They highlighted that warm relations between Cambodia and Vietnam remain steadfast and unchanged despite the evolving dynamic and complexity of the regional and international landscape. Samdech Thipadei Prime Minister updated Prime Minister Lee Minh-hun on the border situation between Cambodia and Thailand and thanks Vietnam for supporting a peaceful resolution to the Cambodia-Thailand border disputes and the mission of the ASEAN Observer Team. Samdech Thipadei also thanks Vietnam for supporting Cambodia to host the 20th Francophonie Summit in November 2026 in Phnom Penh. Samdech Thipadei Prime Minister delivered a keynote address at the opening session of the third ASEAN Future Forum under the theme Shaping Our Future Together, Peace, Prosperity, People-Centered, emphasizing that peace remains the indispensable foundation for regional stability and progress, calling for dialogue, cooperation, and the peaceful settlement of disputes in accordance with international law. On the sidelines of the third ASEAN Future Forum, Samdech Thipadei received separate courtesy calls from the Honorable Christopher Lando, Deputy Secretary of the United States of America, Department of State, Her Excellency Sima Malhotra MP, Minister of Indo-Pacific of the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom, and Ms. Izumi Nakamitsu, United Nations Under Secretary General and High Representative for Disarmament Affairs. Samdech Thipadei Prime Minister expressed deep appreciation to Prime Minister Lee Minh-hun for the invitation, Vietnamese leader and the peoples of Vietnam for the warm hospitality extended to the Cambodian delegations. Samdech Thipadei cordially extended an invitation to His Excellency Lee Minh-hun to pay an official visit to Cambodia at the convenient opportunity.